Good morning, guys. We're starting out with some quiet weather in the Ozarks. It's 69 degrees in Springfield with mostly sunny skies, south winds, and sticky dew points in the upper 60s. It's 72 in Branson, 70 in Monette, and 71 in Raleigh. So a little bit warmer to start this morning. We're looking at a muggy feel on that muggy meter map, too. It just feels humid and oppressive. So at the bus stop this morning, 71 degrees, a warm start by dismissal. 91 feels close to 100. It's going to be hot and humid out there today, kids. Mostly sunny and quiet with the heat and humidity. A weak front comes through tonight, maybe with a shower into tomorrow, but I think what we'll see more of is the north wind that comes in and brings in an air mass that's not quite as hot for tomorrow. So we're looking at that feels like today up near 100, and then by tomorrow it's in the 80s, closer to that air temperature, maybe still a little bit sticky to the south as that front works its way through. So quiet for the next 3 days, mostly sunny. Again, the shower chance is really small. 91 today, 85 tomorrow, so a little bit cooler, and then nice sunshine on Thursday. Temperatures rebounding back up towards 90 degrees by Thursday and Friday. Dorian is a Category 3 hurricane still sitting over the Grand Bahama Islands. It has been stationary for 18 hours, and it's still stationary on the movement, still battering them with a major Category 3 hurricane strength winds, though it will try to start to move northward by tonight into tomorrow. That's where the hurricane alerts are in effect for Florida, Georgia, and the South Carolina coast. It continues to head up the East Coast through the rest of the week. Joe, Lauren.
Making news now, organizations based here in the Ozarks are also watching Hurricane Dorian, preparing to send volunteers and supplies. The Red Cross and the Convoy of Hope have been gathering food and water for victims, but because the hurricane's path and speed is still uncertain, teams that were going to deploy yesterday are now staying put and waiting to see where the hurricane goes next. The Red Cross is sending 10 emergency response vehicles from St. Louis to Alabama until they're assigned to go farther up the coast. The Convoy of Hope disaster relief team has several mobile units ready to go as well, including a mobile office, kitchen, bathroom, and even laundry room. The units are for teams who are helping, so relief efforts can go straight to victims.
So to not be a burden to the local church, the local community, but to come in and be able to help and say, hey, we don't need anything from you. You don't have to support us. We just need a location, and we're here to support you.
Both the Red Cross and Convoy of Hope are accepting cash donations online. It's Your Right to Know. A former Missouri State professor charged with murder in the death of a former colleague will appear in court later this morning. Edward Gutting is accused of stabbing Mark Cooper in 2016. Gutting allegedly broke into Cooper's home, stabbed him to death, and injured his wife. Missouri State confirms both men taught at the school together at some point. A judge ruled in January that the ex-MSU professor was incompetent to proceed to trial. The competency hearing begins at 11.
Missouri State Highway Patrol says yesterday afternoon the body of a missing teen was recovered. Search teams with the Osage and Callaway County Sheriff Departments found the 18-year-old's body across from the Capitol on the Missouri River. The Highway Patrol and other agencies responded to a call Friday to the river near Jeff City after a vehicle was reported to have driven into that water and did not come back up. The following day, search teams found the vehicle, but the driver wasn't located. The Highway Patrol said the family was notified and more information would be released later today.
3 people are recovering after a plane crashed shortly after taking off from the Branson airport yesterday. Western Taney County fire officials say the plane went down in a wooded area south of the airport. The 3 people on board are expected to be okay. Federal investigators are on their way to Branson and will work to determine what caused that crash. Meanwhile, Branson Fire and Rescue is inviting the public to a free community emergency response team training beginning tonight. The training helps teach community members basic skills related to disaster responses. The 8-week certification training will be held every Tuesday night from 6 to 9 p.m. The training will be held at the Training Center on the campus of Ballparks of America. To register, you're asked to contact Branson Fire and Rescue.
Some more local news for you. Firefighters celebrated a money-making milestone for local families yesterday. For the last few weeks, 65 local departments have been filling the boot for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Last night, they donated $225,000 Chief Ted Martin says the fundraiser brings special memories when they see others who want to try and help the fight.
When you see the firefighters on the street, they're out with the boot, hot days, warm days, rainy days, cool days, it doesn't matter. But there's opportunities to have great memories from that as well. And I remember specifically a little girl that rolled the window of the pickup truck down, and she had a book of all the state quarters, and she handed that over knowing that she was making an impact for the MDA and the kids they serve.
Nice. In the last 65 years, firefighters nationwide have raised more than $600 million for the MDA.
Yesterday, dogs in Nixa got the chance to celebrate Labor Day at the pool at this year's Doggy Dive. For just $2, people could bring their pups into the aquatic center to cool off for a few hours. And look at that tongue. Yeah, he's liking that. A couple of the people who stopped by said they're thankful the city helps provide this opportunity for their pets.
A lot of people don't have pools, and a lot of people like to be active with their dogs, so it's kind of one of those, if they're kind of a germ freak like me, they won't take them in the rivers. So, but when they open up the pools like they do, then it gives the people opportunity to swim with their dogs and just have a little bit of fun.
We come every year just to get her out, hang out with the other dogs, get her to cool down for the summer. Yeah. So, yeah, just like to do it every year.
The Springfield Greene County Park Board will give dogs in Springfield the chance to do that tonight from 4 to 7 at Fest Night Pool.
Now to some news around the region for you. A big change in Arkansas this week as people younger than 21 can no longer buy tobacco products in the state. There are a few exceptions, like if you have a military ID or turn 19 by the end of this year, you're exempt from the law. Dr. Joe Thompson of the Arkansas Center for Health Improvement tells us he hopes this new law keeps kids from becoming addicted to nicotine.
We're ahead of the curve. Our legislators really stepped out to try to protect youth. I think Arkansas is leading again the nation in being a health-promoting state.
The law also puts a tax increase in place for tobacco products, which means customers will see about a 10-cent difference or so. That tax will not apply to e-cigarettes and vaping samples supplies. Right now, there's a bill in Congress to set the nationwide tobacco age at 21, and Springfield city leaders put an ordinance in place that set the minimum age at 21. Let's take a look now at what's coming up for you after Daybreak.
I'm Tony DeCopel. Coming up, 3 longtime inmates set free by a district attorney looking for prisoners who were wrongly convicted. That's coming up on CBS This Morning.
And we also want to tell you guys about a new digital show that we have coming to our website. It just launched a few days ago. It's called Colorful Women, and it talks about a variety of issues that women in the workforce face. So the first episode is all about friendship, something everyone can relate to.
Yes,
even you, as a boy.
Yeah, I'm allowed to weigh in, right?
Friends? Yeah.
I would think so, right?
Yeah, I think so. So you can see Heather Lewis, Jennifer Abreu, our news director, Lisa Hamblin, and I having that conversation right there. But there are several more episodes to come. There's also an episode 2 up online right now where you can just go to ozarksfirst.com, go to the Watch tab, and then look for Colorful Women. That episode is about dating in the modern day, all sorts of things, you know. It's hard to do when you have a full-time job, and
technology has made it so different than what our parents and grandparents did.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't have, Grandma and Grandpa didn't have apps. You had to actually, like, knock on the door and be like, hello, I like you. Let me take you out, right?
Pick you up for dinner.
There was courting. That's what they call it, right?
That's totally different.
And I think it's a good forum and something that is just out there online if you want to be able to click and watch whenever you can. And so hopefully some of our female viewers can relate to that, is what we said. Nigel McDonald's done a few of these as well. Yeah, so Melanie Chapman. These are folks that you've seen on Color 10, right?
And we'd love for you guys to watch. I mean, they're quick. They're 10, 15 minutes or so. And weigh in. Let us know what you think, if you can relate. And also let us know if there's any topics out there that you'd like for us to discuss.
We've had some ideas brewing in the newsroom about what else to cover, so let us know if you have any.
Oh, true, yeah. Just reach out on some social media. And
maybe we'll get some football in there for you. I know you've been bogged down with the fantasy football. Maybe we'll do one about that.
I'm just, I mean, I think anyone can learn from it, though, is what we're saying here, you know? So this is good.
Yeah, and then we also have a top Google trend we want to tell people about, too.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about the California boat fire that's been happening. Of course, we've been watching out after this, this news broke. About yesterday morning, afternoon or so, 34 people were reported missing after 5 were initially saved. Some of them were trapped in the sleeping quarters of this boat. The 75-foot boat caught fire off the Santa Cruz Island near California there. And so far, it sounds like that they're still searching for 9 more people.
Right.
24 people have been reported dead right now. So still something that we really need to take a look out after.
So it is a rescue mission. Investigators have not figured out a cause for the fire either yet.
No, they have not. And I mean, I just assume and feel like that it'll probably be a while before they're able to determine that.
Yeah,
Right.
a long-term investigation for sure.
For sure.
Another trend in the newsroom as I
What you got under there?
discreetly
Yeah.
hide a cake with some newsroom rundowns. We have a big birthday at the desk today.
Look at this.
Happy
Look at
birthday,
this.
Lauren, with
Can we get a shot of
cheesecake.
this
Is nothing.
Oh, cheesecake. Very nice.
Nothing says happy birthday
love
like
that.
cheesecake. Oh,
Can we
here
see
it is.
that?
And
There
what am
we
I supposed
go.
to do? I'm supposed to smear it?
Yeah, you smear.
I mean,
your
I
name
should
for
probably
good
just go
luck.
ahead and do that on TV. I'll smear it this one. That's for good luck, right? So
Is that the thing? I thought
Yeah.
the knife, you cut it upside down or something.
We in my family, you have to smudge the name for good luck.
for a year, right? Until your next cake, then you can do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
When it says your name because it's your birthday, you smudge
Yeah.
it. So now she's got good luck. And
Yeah.
I mean, does cheesecake
Oh,
ever
nice.
bring you bad fortune?
It doesn't. So I need to see you putting down a few of these pieces later on, right?
I will. Yeah, we have a lot of goodies in the newsroom, so I've been trying to wait until after the show so I don't have stuff in my teeth. But cheesecake, I'll sacrifice it.
This is great. So happy birthday. Yeah, I hope
happy
you have a good one.
birthday.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, and got to spend some good time with the family yesterday, so that's always good too.
Very
Yeah.
good to hear. You know, a little long weekend and enjoying the birthday celebrations. Very
Yeah,
fun.
we went to the lake and there was sunshine, which I was on the fence about Friday. After we started off with clouds, it got
Yeah.
progressively more beautiful. But I think
Right.
that's a trend we're following throughout the week, right?
Yeah, if
Right.
you want to extend the holiday weekend today, there you go. 91 by dismissal, mostly sunny, hot, and humid with that heat index approaching 100. We'll have the sunshine hang around. A little bit cooler tomorrow with a front coming through. Really no rain, just north winds and not as hot.
Enjoy your cheesecake outside.
Yes.
There you go.
right.
Celebrate my birthday for me.
Thanks for watching, everyone. See you back here soon.